A brand new baby on the way? Or know someone who's expecting? Well, there could be a £500 cash payment waiting for you from the UK government, and thousands of people miss out every year simply because they didn't know they qualified. Today, we're unpacking one of the most overlooked forms of support available to families on low incomes: the Sure Start Maternity Grant from the Department for Work and Pensions, or DWP. This one-off grant could make a huge difference, especially during a time when the cost of living has made every pound matter more than ever. So, stick around as we cover everything you need to know. What the grant is and how it works. Who qualifies and who doesn't. Special rules for twins, triplets, and carers. How much money you can receive. A full walkthrough of the application process. The biggest mistakes that cause delays or rejections. Real-life examples and tips. And what to do if you're rejected. Let's get started. The Sure Start Maternity Grant is a government-backed payment of up to £500 for families on certain benefits. It's designed to help with the essential costs that come with having a baby, things like a cot, pram, nappies, clothes, formula, and much more. But here's the key difference: this money is not a loan. It's a non-repayable, tax-free, one-off payment and won't affect any other benefits or tax credits you receive. So if you qualify, you can claim it with confidence. Despite this, many families who could be receiving the grant are missing out because they either don't know it exists or assume they are not eligible. According to data from previous years, uptake has been significantly lower than expected. This suggests a serious information gap, and we want to close it. So, who qualifies for the Sure Start Maternity Grant? Let's start with the basic criteria. To be eligible, you must be expecting your first child, or be expecting twins, triplets, or more, even if you've had children before, and be receiving at least one of these qualifying benefits: universal credit, income support, income-based job seekers allowance, income-related employment and support allowance, ESA, pension credit, child tax credit, working tax credit with a disability or severe disability element. If you're receiving one or more of these at the time of your application, you're likely eligible. But there are some lesser-known exceptions and conditions that could also make you eligible, even if you've already got children. Let's say you already have a child under 16. That normally disqualifies you. However, you might still be eligible in the following cases. You're expecting twins or triplets. You're adopting or becoming responsible for someone else's child who wasn't your partner's. You're the carer of a relative under 16. The child you care for is not your biological child and was over 12 months old when the arrangement began. You've been granted refugee status, humanitarian protection, or arrived in the UK from Afghanistan or Ukraine under government schemes. So yes, this means that foster carers, kinship carers, and refugee families may still qualify for the grant. It's always worth checking if you fall into any of these special categories. Let's take a quick example. Sarah is a single mum who recently became the guardian of her 14-year-old niece after a family tragedy. Although Sarah already has a 3-year-old son, she is now expecting twins. She's on universal credit. Guess what? Sarah qualifies for the £500 Sure Start Maternity Grant, even though she's not a first-time parent. Now let's talk about the money. If you're having your first child, you can claim £500. If you already have children, but you're expecting twins, that's £500. If you're expecting triplets, and you have other children already, you could receive £1,000. But it gets a little tricky. If you previously had twins and are now expecting triplets, you may get an additional £500. However, if you already received a grant for triplets before, and you're expecting triplets again, you may not get anything at all. The rules are designed to help with initial large expenses, not recurring ones. It's all about ensuring new families and carers have the support they need to prepare for a significant lifestyle change. Once approved, the grant money is deposited directly into your bank account, the same account where your benefits are usually paid. There's no separate check or complicated banking requirement. The payment is normally processed within 10 working days once approved. So, if you apply correctly, you won't be waiting long. Timing is everything. You can apply from 11 weeks before your baby is due up to 6 months after the birth. Miss that deadline, and you miss the payment. Here's how to apply. Visit gov.uk and download the SSMG1 form. Complete it and have it signed by your midwife, GP, or healthcare professional. Include any additional evidence, like benefit entitlement. Post the form to Free Post DWP SSMG, no postcode or stamp required. Currently, there is no online application option, so make sure you use the official paper form. We recommend using tracked post if you want confirmation of delivery, although it's not mandatory. Unfortunately, many applications get delayed or rejected due to avoidable errors. Here's what to double-check before you send in your form. Ensure the form is fully completed. Make sure your midwife or GP has filled out their section. Include your national insurance number. Use the most up-to-date version of the form, available on gov.uk. Apply within the correct time frame. Also, make sure that your benefits are up to date and active at the time of your application. The DWP will cross-reference this. A simple error like a missing signature or outdated form version can result in serious delays. If your claim is rejected and you believe it was incorrect, you can ask for a mandatory reconsideration. You must do this within 1 month of receiving the decision. To do this, contact the DWP using the number or address on your decision letter. Explain clearly why you believe the decision was wrong. Provide any new or missing evidence. If the decision doesn't change after reconsideration, you still have the right to appeal to an independent tribunal. It's also wise to speak with your local Citizens Advice Bureau, a welfare rights organization, or a benefits advisor for guidance. With inflation hitting families hard in 2025, and baby essentials more expensive than ever, this grant could make all the difference. £500 might not seem like much, but for many families, it covers the cost of a baby cot and mattress, a stroller or buggy, baby clothes and bottles, initial formula and nappies, basic safety gear like car seats and monitors. At a time when families are being forced to stretch every pound, this grant helps new parents get off to a secure start. Many mums and dads have shared how the grant allowed them to buy safer baby equipment or set up a nursery properly, something they may not have been able to afford otherwise. So if you or someone you know is expecting a child and receiving qualifying benefits, don't miss your chance to claim this government support. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe for more weekly updates on UK pensions, benefits, and retirement advice. Share this video with friends, community groups, or parents-to-be. Leave a comment below if you've had experience with this grant or have questions. Let's work together to make sure every eligible family gets the support they're entitled to. Remember, claiming what you're entitled to isn't a handout. It's support for families who need it, when they need it most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.